Okay, we're back. So we thoroughly enjoyed your presentations, and clearly I think you put in a lot of hard work into your companies, and it showed. What we'd like to do is give you some feedback, and we'll do that very briefly, starting from the first two presented to the last. So I don't know, Paul, do you want to?
Yeah, okay. So Luke, I want to give you some feedback. I think first and foremost, you showed a lot of passion. We like the passion, the energy, very good. Presentation was good. The props that you brought, et cetera, they were very, very good. As we went through and looked at your product, I think the market's narrower than the normal hunter. It's it's law enforcement officer, maybe the military, perhaps, whatnot, versus a larger market. We were still confused when we were done as far as how the device really works or doesn't work. For instance, a normal hunting rifle, and most military rifles do have range finders built into the scope. That's my understanding. And you were talking about the range finder in your device and how people found that to be interesting. So I wasn't sure how the two would work. So good job, very good. Maybe spend some more time exactly explaining how it works.
I guess Alex was next. Yeah, we'll go with you. So first of all, just a fascinating discovery. I think we're all kind of blown away by what you've been able to create and the idea of measuring brain waves. We think there's applications for that even beyond what you're currently thinking of it for. In terms of things that we're a little questioning, the value proposition that this helps you enjoy music better. Music's been around forever, and the emotional connection to music is already out there. And so we were just, we sort of asked the question, what is the experience? How is it really going to be different than what people today experience from music that they enjoy, and how it improves their emotional well-being? But overall, you really have a really cool discovery.
We're going to go to Rain Reality.
I'll go next with Rain Reality. We loved your guys' passion for the product, and we think augmented reality is a great way for people to be learning in the classroom and really creating excitement. We also thought you guys had a nice additional challenge of juggling, sharing the presentation together, and we thought you did a really great job of handling that through your presentation and also with the Q&A. The challenge we think you're really going to face is around the cost of development. Developing out this platform is going to be a very expensive cost for you guys. So definitely leverage all of the resources you have while you're here at Penn State to get to that MVP as quickly as possible, so you can start really understanding how your customer is going to use the product. We see so much value in making that super easy for any teacher to be able to take their content and build that experience so that we can get this technology in the classrooms quicker and more faster. But we're very excited by the opportunity.
Awesome. Okay, Hunter, we were just amazed and blown away that you already have a proof of concept. You're already selling and using this product, on golf courses, and it's proven to work. So that's a great thing. And we see the market is really, the commercial market up first, really great, because they spend a lot of money on water and fertilizer. So really great discovery there. I think where we see a little bit of help needed, I think you were a little unclear presenting why you needed the money, what this money was what it was going to do for you, and what you're going to use it for. So it was hard to understand the benefit to you of the investment from us. I think also the consumer proposition was a little unclear, but I think we know that the consumer really needs to be educated to understand why they might need this product, and there's going to be a lot of investment needed for that. And then finally, I think this was brought up, maybe the name of your company might want to be reconsidered given what it implies to some people. But great job.
So Matthew, well, you've made evident progress, I think, over the past year. You've clearly put a lot into it and heard the feedback. And this is a serious issue, long time coming in addressing it. So just a couple things. One, with respect to the liability. We still have concern about that, which is not to say that you don't. It may be helpful for you to approach someone in the insurance industry who might address liability, or a few people, and just get their feedback on this, how this might lower insurance costs. Also, too, very much like the product and the fact that it can be collapsed in that, but you may not want to be too wedded to it. I understand it took you a while to arrive at what you have, but there may be other configurations you should consider. And also, too, in terms of the user interface, that's going to be quite important. And very much like the fact that you focused on that with respect to using any money you might come into from this. And then lastly, too, this is a big issue at the professional level, where they have the money, where they need to show results, and where that's, we can clearly see it on television in most major sports. So you might not want to leave that aside. You might want to approach it. Perhaps you can get one of the also major college sports teams here at Penn State to try that, so you can see that on the sideline or whatever.
All right.
Okay, so Nicholas, excellent job, good presentation. You're obviously a very smart guy. You're in a market that's like a tiger. I mean, this is a gigantic market, and everybody knows something's going to happen somewhere, and that this is a problem that we have to address and look at. But you're also selling a product that's hard for an investor, or hard for somebody to understand. It's really hard for us to get our arms around, like, what's the can somebody buy your device and copy it? Since you're in the cloud, can somebody get in the cloud and somehow, penetrate your device and destroy the security that you're providing? And perhaps like the other area is to come up with a really common example of, say, in agriculture, what event happened, or what thing happened that we all remember, where it shows that these devices are needed. I mean, we were going through and trying to figure out the protection, and you could say, okay, well, somebody in China turned my sprinklers off and on. Well, it's probably not the sprinklers; it's probably the whole farm system, I imagine. But we didn't have our heads around exactly what we're protecting from the device. So you may want to come up with a story or an event, or if something happens bad, that's a good way to sell your product right at that point. So.